Welcome to Natural Habitat Adventures Daily Dose of Nature. Today's topic, Know Before You Go, Patagonia Wilderness and Wildlife Explorer, presented by NatHab Expedition Leader Helder Brandao. I'm your host, Rob Mess. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. Over to you, Helder.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you all for being here. It's very nice to be here to present this amazing destination, which we will start in 1 month, actually. So Patagonia, one of the most amazing places in the world. So the idea of this webinar is to prepare you before you leave home. So I'll talk to you about safety, packing, so what to bring, what to not to bring, weather, itinerary, flights, activities, walks and trails, the wildlife, the nature we're going to see. So that's the idea. Shall we start? Well, we will start. Oops. Yeah, we will start here with documents we need to bring. So all the entry requirements. First, just the passport, right? Passport, and if you bring a copy, and a digital copy is great. And something that is not required is tourist visa, right? So you do not need that to enter Argentina and Chile, okay? But we have some recommendations to bring along. So bring with you your itinerary, your flights printed, your travel insurance, also good. And then it's not mandatory, but bring with you the COVID vaccination card. Can be digital as well, so it's always good to be prepared. Let's go for another subject here, like the illness and the NatHab protocol, right? So please be mindful that we are traveling as a group. So feel free to wear a mask. I'm going to bring some extras if you want, just ask for. And if a guest feels ill or shows some symptoms of illness, like the flu, like COVID, you will be asked to wear a mask. So in vehicles, indoors, to avoid spreading any symptoms around, right? So I will accommodate, I will help you to make a medical consultation with a physician or a clinic or even a virtual healthcare provider, right? That's in all the NatHab protocols. And if a test is necessary, and then a positive for COVID, and that guest must leave the trip. And this is very important because we still continue with NatHab protocol to be safe. Why? Because we are very, very responsible to keep all guests safe, right? So while the symptoms are now often mild, the illness itself is extremely contagious, right? So someone that with compromised immune system can be in risk. So we are very committed to the safety of the trip, to the safety of our clients in the trip. So this is why we keep the NatHab protocols in place. Let's change another subject. So weather and packing list, right? So first, just a few pictures to show some things, but I will tell you a lot of items to bring along. Well, first, weather. When you arrive to Argentina, so we start the trip in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, it's pretty hot, usually 80 Fahrenheit, so pretty hot area. But after that, you fly to El Calafate. I'll show you later in a map, but then it's much colder. So you can expect temperatures around 50 or 40 Fahrenheit. But then going to the end of the season, ending of March to April, we got even lower temperatures, so around 30 Fahrenheit, so pretty cold. But windy. Most times of Patagonia weather is going to be windy. Right? So I'll tell you what to bring to be prepared. Let's see, rain, in terms of rain. It can happen, but it's not that common. Anyway, I will always tell people to be prepared all times. So I'll always tell people to bring a lot of items in their backpack, right? Let's see, Patagonia shows all seasons, if I could say, all weather better in a day. So we can start the day with a sunny morning, and then in the afternoon, cool rain. Like 30 minutes later, in a nice nature walk, after the rain starts the sun again, and then wind comes. So very important to be prepared all the time. So let's see what you bring, right? I always tell people to bring down jacket because it's kind of a code. Fleece, rain jacket. Do not leave your home without a rain jacket, please. And a windbreaker. Actually, the rain jacket can work as a windbreaker. Rain pants is quite useful, also because of the rain, but also because keep your legs warm in a windy day, right? So that's a good tip to wear when we have a windy day in Patagonia. Don't forget your gloves, warm hat, also very important. Neck gaiter. Neck gaiter is really important as well because it can protect your ears, your nose. So very, very important to bring the neck gaiter. Let's see, of course, sunblock, and then sunglasses will be very important. And you can bring bug repellent. We're not expecting insects, really, mosquitoes, but anyway, just bring one. Of course, hiking poles, bring with you, especially collapsible hiking poles, so you can fit in your checked luggage, because you cannot bring on them. You cannot bring them on the airplane. It's very useful, a waterproof day pack. So bring one with you. Don't forget your binoculars. We have a lot of wildlife to see, and that hat bottle as well. So we're going to provide you water all the time. It's very important to have, especially in on the trails. Don't forget your luggage tags, right? And not have luggage tags. I will have some extras if you need. Of course, something that I already mentioned: the passport, COVID vaccination card, face masks, itinerary, insurance, and also bring with you the pre-departure briefing. Very important. We can go for the wildlife checklist during the trip, right? And don't forget your credit cards, your medications, and some cash. I will explain a little bit more about cash in the next slides. Yeah, I think that's it about what to pack. And something not to bring. Jewelry, definitely jewelry, you don't need that, or heavy stuff, right? So I think that's it. Let's go for the next next subject. So why Patagonia? Well, I could say that what makes this destination so special. I think you will not find a trip more varied, so rich as NatHab Patagonia trip. Why? Well, we explore both sides, Argentina and Chile. We go exploring the southernmost part of the Andes. We experience many glaciers during the trip. That includes also a private cruise to see very up close the most famous in Patagonia, Perito Moreno Glacier. We visit pristine lakes, and we see beautiful mountain ranges in the sunrise, like this picture. This is Torres del Paine National Park in the sunrise. So beautiful mountains, beautiful peaks. We visit different national parks and marine parks. We're focused on nature and wildlife, especially because of the expedition leaders. We are naturalists, we are biologists, we are focused on wildlife, and we study, we visit, we guide for many years in Patagonia. So I think we can contribute for your experience there. That also includes all the wildlife, right? So I will show you later some pictures, but we'll see a lot of mammals, a lot of species of birds, marine mammals, including big, large mammals like pumas in Torres del Paine. We go for nature walks, we go for trekking, we see marine wildlife and cruise in a very, very pristine area of Patagonia. I'll show you more details later. We explore the Strait of Magellan. So Patagonia offers so many amazing hospitality. I mean, we got warm people, we got gaucho heritage. So we can drink a mate with a local. We can taste traditional barbecue lamb, or we can hear stories about sheep ranch lifestyle. So I mean, it's so varied in Patagonia that have trip that I think it's very special, very unique. So let's keep going. Oh, just to show you where we're going. So the map. We're going to fly. People will fly from Buenos Aires to El Calafate. You can see here in the map. Patagonia is the green area there in the map. So it's pretty big. After visiting this beautiful town, Calafate, we're going to drive to Torres del Paine. So we're going to cross the border from Argentina to Chile. So Torres del Paine is there. This is the area. Patagonia starts in the 37 degrees south of latitude. So you can have an idea. In Calafate, it's in 50. So you can have a better idea how far you're going. That flight to Calafate is over 3 hours. So you can have an idea how far it is, how south we go. Let's see what else. We are in the GMT -3, so 2 hours ahead Eastern Standard Time, so you can have a better idea on that. And after that, we're going to Punta Arenas in Chile. So we're going to the Strait of Magellan area. What else? We're going to visit different parks. Los Glaciares National Park, Torres del Paine National Park. We'll be in the first marine park in Chile and in a very, very pristine area in the Strait of Magellan. We will spend 2 nights in Calafate, 4 nights in Torres del Paine, and 3 nights in Punta Arenas. So, and then arriving information, right? So, Buenos Aires Airport, they have 2. One is the downtown, and the other is away from the downtown. So it takes at least 45 minutes to get from that second airport to downtown. So just to have a better understanding. And then you fly to Calafate. So in Calafate, you'll be welcomed by me and the driver. So we're going to transfer, we're going to drive you to the hotel. If I'm not there, it's just because I'm not the right time of the arrival. But that's it. I'll try to meet you all there at the airport. If the expedition leader is not there, the driver will be there and bring you to the hotel. What else? And this is going to be the welcome dinner there in Calafate. So it's a beautiful town, very nice. And let's talk about some cash, some money, so you can have can be prepared. You don't really need much in this trip. The expedition leader will take care of tipping all the staff during the trip. But if you want to bring extra, to tip extra for staff, you're welcome. The lounges accept credit cards, so you don't need to deal with money there. But if you want to have a free night in Calafate, which is a beautiful town, if you will arrive 1 or 2 nights before the trip starts, you can use some money if you don't want to use your credit card. For dinner, for shopping, it's a beautiful town, coffee shop as well, plenty in the city. Let's see, also in Punta Arenas, you have a free time there to explore the city by your own. So if you want to use some extra money there also. Let's see, to exchange, pretty easy. Well, there is ATMs in Calafate, in Buenos Aires as well, and Punta Arenas. And you can exchange some money pretty easy. I can point to you where to do, or you can ask at the hotel once you arrive in Calafate. Just to realize, in Argentina, you use pesos from Argentina, and in Chile, you use pesos, but from Chile, so different currencies. We're going to spend 2 nights in Argentina, so I don't think you really need much money, some cash in Argentina. If you want to get a little bit more in Chile, that's fine, and I can point to you where to exchange. Let's see. Yeah, I think about this is that. So transportation, we're going to use mini buses or vans, depending where we go, but most of them are quite nice because they have window seats for most of us, big windows as well, to see some wildlife, to look for some wildlife. The idea is to focus on nature and wildlife. So the experience will be going in and out of the vehicles to have some time on nature. So yeah, transportation will be like that. And let's see what else. How long can be the transportation? Well, just one day, we will be really driving for the whole morning to get to the park, the Torres del Paine National Park. So we are crossing the border from Argentina to Chile. But in the afternoon, we'll be heading to the park already. We will be exploring the park already. So fun stuff start, looking for wildlife. And then another day, actually heading to Punta Arenas. So we're getting to Strait of Magellan. So that day, we're going to drive from Torres del Paine. In the morning, we will have an activity in a nice place, have lunch in one city, and then moving to Punta Arenas. In the afternoon is the long drive, but that's it. So changing subjects, accommodation. So very nice in Calafate. And this is the picture of the lodge we're going to be at, Kosten Ike, this is the name. And this is the one room there they have, quite good. The service is quite nice too, very nice people. Then electrical sockets, so you can find in Argentina and Chile this kind of electrical sockets. So, but it's pretty easy to find adapters as well in Calafate, and I will bring some extras so people can use if needed. And this is Torres del Paine National Park. We'll be at Eco Camp. It's a beautiful, very, very beautiful lodge. I mean, it's right there facing the towers. This is the picture of the welcome dome. So we'll be at domes. Each room is a dome. So it's quite special, really deep in nature. So this is a picture of one of the rooms, quite special, very romantic if you are traveling in a couple. Let's see, this is the picture of the restaurant. So there's a specific big dome for the restaurant. That's quite nice too. And this is the picture of the next hotel. We're going to be at Punta Arenas. So quite beautiful boutique hotel. Each room has a theme, and the theme is Patagonia, and it's quite nice. Let's see, food. I mean, that's one of the great things to travel to Patagonia also. So great food. I mean, with this beautiful picture there, seeing the towers, right? Torres del Paine National Park. Well, first, Argentina is very orientated on meat, right? So we're going to have lamb, cow meat, like beef, but many different options there. And then Chile is very specialized, if I could say, on fish and seafood, quite fresh, right? So this is different aspects of those different countries. But mostly is slow food. I mean, we will have very nice dinners with a good wine, but during the day, we're going to have some box lunches, most times, some box lunches, so we can maximize our time in nature, right? Yeah, so this is some aspects of the food. Drinks, well, we're going to have water all along, I'll provide to you, and soft drinks and wine are included with the meals, right? So quite nice to have that package. Snacks, I will also provide you some snacks during the trip. The expedition leader, I mean, will provide you some snacks during the trip, during the transfers as well. And let's see, dietary restrictions. It's kind of easy. It's pretty easy to accommodate some restriction, like if somebody is vegetarian or vegan or have some intolerance, like gluten or something else. We're pretty easy to accommodate that. Well, think about food and activities. So it's quite nice. Let me give you an overview quite fast, and I'll give you some details next. So this is a picture of the first activity we're going to have in Argentina, right? We start in Argentina. So we will experience the most famous glacier there. It's called Perito Moreno Glacier. We will start with a drive and looking for animals, looking for wildlife. So it's pretty nice. Later, we'll go for a private cruise to access this glacier. So it's beautiful. We can get really close to the glacier. And later, we're going for a boardwalk, which is right there in the front of the glacier. And we're going to experience that in different angles. So this is going to be the first day, the whole day. Really nice tour. After that, we're going to Chile. We're going to Paine, Torres del Paine National Park. 4 nights there, and then we're going, and I'll explain later the details, but then we're going to Strait of Magellan in Punta Arenas. So we're going to experience wildlife cruises. So this is the activities. Let's go now for details. First, Torres del Paine, which is the second full day. We can see in this picture here the massive, right? Paine Massive, Sarmiento Lake, which is a beautiful blue lake, the towers there, and then it's beautiful big park, like 500,000 acres, and we explore this park in a vehicle, accessing different angles of the park. So it's quite great. 4 nights there, plenty of time to explore all that. We will be getting different angles. So, for example, sunrise as well, sunrise, sunsets, like that. And then we're going for trails. So let me tell you about the trails. So in the park, we're going to mix trails that are really close to the eco camp, to the lodge. So we have many options of trails. So we can go for a 3 miles walk, like 2 hours. We can go for 4 miles. We can go for 8 miles walk, so up to 4 hours. Some of them are quite easy. Some of them are a little bit longer. So we can accommodate all that, and we have different options. According to the weather, we can choose the trails. Also, this is very important. And usually it's easy to moderate, right? So it's hilly, uneven, we gain some altitude, but not really much. And sometimes we can combine the trails with safari drive. So sometimes the trails are far from the lodge and we drive to looking for animals and then walk on the trail. So it's going to be a mix there in the park. But also we can go for trekking. So if someone really wants to trek, wants to get longer and harder walks, we can easily accommodate that. So we easily split the group. Will be different guides. So then people can go with me, with the expedition leader, for the wildlife and landscape walk, and people that want to go for trekking can go for these longer hikes. Next, but all areas we're going to walk have beautiful views like that. Beautiful viewpoints with beautiful massives. This one we see Grande Paine, which is this beautiful mountain with a lot of snow in the peak and the horns. Also, we see beautiful turquoise lakes in the Torres del Paine National Park, and hopefully you see the pumas there too. Or even in a clouded day, you can explore pictures like that. You can get the grays and the blackish areas. This is the Los Cuernos, or the Horns Mountain. We see different beautiful landscapes there. Also waterfalls, we have so many different options to experience this park. Well, wildlife, what we can expect to see. So, well, first, this picture shows the southern caracaras, common but beautiful, beautiful falcons. We can see these big mammals as well, the guanacos. So this huge herd, we can explore the park in different areas, and we will have great opportunities, different opportunities to get close to them, to see them behavior, the natural behavior. The breeding season is when we visit Patagonia with NatHab. So I mean, it's a lot of natural behavior. This is a close-up picture of the guanacos. We also see condors, one of the most iconic species there, with this 10-foot wingspan. I mean, it's just amazing bird to see, and great chances to see them in Torres del Paine. Pumas, yeah, this is one of the highlights of this trip. Yeah, we will search for them in the national park. We have to get a lot of patience. We can scan the landscape while we are driving and while we are walking. So different experiences with the pumas. We can see them from the vehicle. Sometimes we find them on the trails, and we can get pretty close. They are habituated to vehicles. They are habituated to people. So it's pretty safe, and this is why it's always mandatory to have a guide with you in the national park. Or even hunting, we can see pumas hunting, and I mean, it's one of the most amazing experiences with the big cats in South America, right? So, but also we see small mammals like the foxes, and it's beautiful 2 species of foxes we might see there. This is a quite rare mammal to see. This is uemul deer, quite amazing to see. We have chances in Torres del Paine. Let's see, this is ashy-headed goose. So for the bird watchers, it's a great destination as well. We see lots of species. Let's see, of course, flamingos cannot miss, right? This is the Chilean flamingo, amazing 5-foot tall bird. It's really pristine areas and pristine lakes. Let's see, yeah, this is a black-chested buzzard eagle. It's an amazing hunter and amazing scavenger as well. So we might see them. Let's see some ducks. This is a yellow-billed pintail. I just put this picture because I found this very nice in a beautiful lake there. Coscorova swans, we have black-necked swans. We have many species. I'm just pointing you just a few. And of course, the Magellanic woodpecker, quite iconic species of Patagonia. This is a female. It's amazing. The males have red head, so also chances to see them. Well, after leaving the park, I mentioned 4 nights there. We're leaving the park and we are heading to Punta Arenas, right? We are getting to Punta Arenas, going through Puerto Natales. We're going to have an activity in a nice area there, and then have lunch in Puerto Natales, and then driving to Punta Arenas in the afternoon. So we're going to get for a dinner in Punta Arenas, and the next day will be full day excursion. So we'll be going to the Strait of Magellan, right? We're going to be in catamaran, beautiful big boat, and we're looking for whales. So this is the tail of the humpback whale. We're going to visit the first marine park in Chile. We're going to cross right in the front of Cape Froward National Park, a really pristine area with beautiful lenga trees, glaciers, and hanging glaciers, Darwin's Range, mountain range. Will be on a sunrise, actually. We start that day on a sunrise, so it's beautiful to see from the boat. What else? Well, this is, if we have luck, we'll see some breaching. It's an unbelievable, amazing species of whale. Maybe we can see sei whale as well. Maybe we can see Peale's dolphins, Commerson's dolphins, birds. We can see cormorants and terns, maybe diving petrels. So a lot of wildlife to see in this tour. And then sea lions, right? South American sea lions, one of the most amazing big mammals we can see in Patagonia. A lot of them on the beach or on the rocks, natural behavior going on, fights, and so a lot of birds around. What else? Maybe we can see South American fur still as well, so another species. And then the last day of this trip, we're going to be focused on the penguins, right? So we'll visit beautiful island, and we're going to be on a path like that, seeing all the penguins there. So it's many Magellanic penguins. So this is the breeding season for them too. So depending on the month you'll be there, you'll be seeing maybe eggs, maybe chicks, or the adults starting the nest, right? So they build the nest on holes on the ground, so we can get really close. Even if you stop, the penguins sometimes cross the path right at you. So it's a really amazing, great experience. Yeah, so this is the idea of the last day there. And then the last day, actually the 10th day, we will fly back home. So, I mean, this was a kind of a brief introduction to Patagonia. Once you arrive there, in the welcome meeting, I'll give you much more information, much more details about what we're going to do every day, and remind you what we're going to do the next day. So you can enjoy the mountains, the peaks, the wildlife of Patagonia. I think now we will be open for questions, and yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Now, before we start in with the question and answer session, I would like to remind everyone that you can submit your questions via the question field in your control panel. Okay, let's get to some of these questions. So for landscape photography, do you recommend taking a tripod on the trip?
Yes, it's good. A tripod is good because you can if you use a monopod or a tripod, either you can bring them on. Plenty of room on the vehicles, and if it's quite light, you can even bring on the trails. But then I'll tell you if the trail is too long, and then maybe you just keep live in the lodge. But it's quite useful, especially if you want to play with your camera and to get some nice picture of sunrise. And yeah, quite good.
So if I don't have all the recommended items to bring, or I forgot something, will we be able to borrow something or to help us out?
Yeah, we are. I'm bringing some things like, or actually we can get hiking poles, especially in Torres del Paine. It's pretty easy. In the welcome dome will be a lot of hiking poles there, so you can borrow every day and give it back there. So this is one example. Definitely, I can share some of my binoculars with you. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to borrow stuff.
Great, thank you. So how vigorous is this trip? Is there a lot of walking, and what kind of physical shape should I be in to do this?
I mean, as I told you, the trail is easy to moderate. And once we are in Torres del Paine, we're going to combine trails and driving. So every day we will walk. Every day we will walk. Or in the morning, or in the morning and in the afternoon. Um, and the trails are not really hard, not really, you don't really need too much stamina. It's not to stress our body. We're not going to walk like 8 hours straight. And we don't gain too much elevation. We get some to get beautiful viewpoints, but we're not really hiking and going 3,000 feet of elevation gain elevation. So, but as I explained, for those who want to go just over what we usually do, we can accommodate that too. So people, if you want go for longer hikes, it's easy to go. But if you go for easy walks, we go as well. So we will accommodate all the people in the trip.
So how high of an elevation will we get to?
Perhaps it's quite low when we start in Calafate, so 600 feet. And then we go to 800 feet in Torres del Paine. And then we're going to gain maybe 400 feet, and that's it. So it's not much.
Good to know, thank you. So what time of year does NatHab run trips there? And is there a better time to go?
From December to ending of November to April, beginning of April. This is the season, right? And comparing the seasons, you get a lot of code in the ending of the season. So as I mentioned, 30 degrees, 30 Fahrenheit, and then a little bit warmer in the other months. What else? For wildlife viewing, I would say it's similar in all the season, except the marine mammals in the ending of the season. So like April, the penguins where we visit, usually we don't see too much, so this is we change it, the itinerary. And the marine mammals it start to be more rare to see in the ending of the season. But mostly birds and the mammals through all the season, pretty much the same chances.
Great, thank you. So can you talk about a little more about what animals we can expect to see on this trip? Any chance of seeing a red knot, for instance?
It can happen, but it's red knot is red. Wilson's phalarope, red knots, albatross, like the black brown albatross, South American terns, and rheas. I didn't show any pictures of rheas, but we got Darwin's rheas, amazing bird to see. I didn't show any pictures of armadillos. We might see 2 species of armadillos. So yeah, a lot of condors. So yeah, I mean, a lot of species, and plus the ones that I showed to you in the pictures here. But yeah, a lot of wildlife.
Great, thank you. Now, when it comes to tipping, should we use local currency, Argentinian or Chilean, or should we use dollars?
Dollars are welcome, pretty welcome everywhere in Chile and Argentina. So yeah.
So is there any kind of vaccine requirements for coming on this trip? Do I need to get shots of any kind?
Not really. For the whole South America, yellow fever, usually it's mandatory, but I have never seen anybody on the airports asking for that. This is one information. But so what I know, it's yellow fever, but we don't have any cases of malaria in Patagonia, so not really vaccinations necessary. Yeah.
Great, good to know. So besides seeing some amazing wildlife, are we going to see any of local culture or historical places in Patagonia?
Yes, one of the days we will visit one area, one morning, for cave painting, for a lot of history of the natives. Once we are there in Torres del Paine, I usually give a lot of explanation and show a lot of pictures to illustrate nature, culture, and different ethnicities, different tribes, the were there in Torres del Paine, but also around Patagonia. So we will talk about that. We will talk and see some of the gauchos, like the cowboy Patagonia lifestyle. And so we will talk, we will see a little bit of how is the sheep ranch area, how the work is done. So yeah, we have a chance to talk about traditional culture, traditional food, traditional music, traditional ways to go. So yeah.
Great, thank you. How about trail biking? Is there an option to do that?
Not that I'm familiar with. We don't have time in Argentina. And once we arrive to Chile, I don't think where we stay at, they have this option, but I can search and ask. I don't think they have. Maybe in Punta Arenas, you have a free afternoon time to explore the city, and then there may have a chance of doing that. But I never saw and never searched it.
Great. Well, thank you for addressing that. Unfortunately, that's going to be the last question that we do have time for today. So I would like to throw it back to you for any closing comments you may have for us.
All right. So, well, I am a Brazilian. I'm from Brazil, but Patagonia is, I have to say, is one of the most amazing places on Earth. For landscape, for food, for wildlife, and also for seeing this huge big cat, the pumas. So come to Patagonia. Let's explore together. I'll do my best.
Elder, thank you so much for taking the time to present for us today. And I'd also like to thank everyone who tuned in today. Now, if you are interested in information on how you can travel with NatHab, please give us a call at the number on your screen, or you can send us an email at info@nathab.com. Our adventure specialists are happy to help you out. Join us tomorrow for our next daily dose of nature. You can check out this week's lineup, including our registration links, on our website at nathab.com/webinars. We did record today's presentation, and we will have the replay available on our website soon. With that, I will conclude the webinar. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.